Hey, welcome back to the January House. This is Mike. Thanks for checking in. It is Thursday, the last day of 2020. Tomorrow is January 1st, 2021. And I know a lot of people want to reflect back on 2020 as being terrible with all the lockdowns and the pandemic situation. But I choose to focus on the positive. And the biggest takeaway from me in 2020 was the channel you're watching right now. At the end of March, I created the January House YouTube channel. And it's such a big part of my life today, it's hard to imagine a time when I didn't have a YouTube channel. I love making videos. Obviously, the auctions have helped me financially. But for me, the biggest positive is the people I've met along the way. Some of them I consider very good friends that I text almost every day or talk to on the phone, or even the friends that I have in the chat when I do a live video or have my auctions. I really enjoy the people I've met that comment and talk to me and interact. So I'd like to say thanks to everyone who subscribed to my channel in 2020. And I'm really excited about moving ahead in 2021. And in doing so, I know a lot of us are thinking about goals for 2021, setting goals, or how are we going to grow in 2021 versus 2020. And when I think of goals, I try to utilize the SMART goals method. And you can Google what SMART goals are. There's a lot of articles out there about it. But basically, it's a methodology that helps establish a framework for setting goals. And SMART is an acronym. And I'll tell you what the letters stand for here in a minute. And I'll talk a little bit about a few of my goals for 2021. So let's jump into it. The S stands for specific. Your goals need to be well-defined and clear. A lot of times I hear people talk about a goal for them is to list more. I want to list more items so that I can sell more. Great. But it's really not specific. List more, how many more? How many times? Daily, weekly, monthly? So say you're currently listing 5 items a day and you have a goal that you want to list more than that. Great. When you write your SMART goal, you're going to write maybe list 10 items per day, every day. That's a good example of a SMART goal, and the S being specific. All right, M. M stands for measurable. So if you have a goal like list more, it's really not measurable. How do you measure more, right? But if your goal was jumping from 5 listings a day to 10 listings a day, you can measure that, right? And I've seen a number of examples on YouTube where people use accountability boards, small little whiteboards that they keep near their workstation, and they either have tick marks or numbers or dollar amounts for their goals to help keep them on track. And I use a notebook, just a plain old spiral notebook. I find a number of these notebooks in storage lockers, so I utilize them. I just use tick marks, how many listings I've done per day. So however you're doing it, make sure your goal is measurable. All right, A stands for achievable, attainable, or not impossible. So you want to make a goal that stretches you and forces you a little bit probably out of your comfort zone. So don't pick a goal that you have no hope of getting done. The R stands for realistic. Realistic is within reach. So if you're currently listing 5 items a day, you don't want to make a goal that says I'm going to list 100 items a day. That's probably not realistic to jump from 5 to 100. So the R stands for realistic. And T stands for timely. Clearly defined timelines with a start date and a target date. Okay, so list 10 items a day, every day, 5 days a week. And you can measure that and see how you're doing. Also, I try to do a quarterly goal, goals by quarter, and also goals that might take me to the end of the year to accomplish. So for example, you might have a goal that says create an inventory system for your current inventory and apply that system to all of your existing inventory by the end of the first quarter. That's a good example of a clearly defined timeline goal. It has a start date, it has an end date, and you can measure it, and it is specific. Okay, so that's what SMART stands for: specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. All right, let's talk a little bit about a few of my goals for 2021. And before we do, I'd like to just encourage you, if you have goals, to actually print them out. I know it's probably hard to see with this crazy light, but I printed them out, and it's just one sheet of paper, and I hang this at my workstation so it's always within view, and I can refer to it if I need to tweak it or update it for any reason, or to always have it in my line of sight so I'm constantly looking at it and thinking about my goals for the year. So let's talk about a few of them. I broke them down into categories. The first category I have is listing. So currently I list 10 to 15 items a day. I need to increase this number. So I chose 30 items a day. So my goal is list 30 items a day, 5 days a week. And I can measure it. I have my notebook and it stretches me. And I think it's achievable. I'll let you know how I do in future videos. But 30 items a day, 5 days a week gives me 150 listings per week. And that should help boost my inventory in my stores pretty quickly. So we'll see how I do with that. Another goal I have under the listing category is cross-post 10 items a day, 5 days a week. In 2020, one of my goals was to explore other platforms to sell my items on. Prior to 2020, I was mostly an exclusive eBay only seller. But one of my goals in 2020 was to check out other platforms like S.M.A.R.T, Bonanza, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. And I found success in cross-posting items, listing certain items on different platforms. So I want to continue that. I want to build on that for 2021. So I put a specific goal to it, cross-post 10 items a day, 5 days a week onto the other platforms. And then one more under the listing heading is Poshmark. So one of the platforms that I really didn't focus on in 2020 was Poshmark. I have a few items in my Poshmark store, but not many. Now I primarily sell on eBay, S.M.A.R.T, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, Bonanza, but I don't do much with Poshmark. So I want to achieve a goal of listing more on Poshmark. So my goal is Poshmark listings, 1 listing per day, 5 days a week. And I know it doesn't sound like that much, but it's the start of a goal and we'll see how I do with it. The thing about Poshmark is there's that sharing that goes on. You have to share your store, all the items in your store. So as you increase the number of items in your store, you also increase the amount of items that you have to share. And after a while, I'm sure it can take quite a bit of time to share hundreds of items. So I'm going to start with 1 listing a day, 5 days a week to Poshmark, and we'll see how it goes from there with the sharing and the listing, and I'll get back to you in future videos. All right, number 4 under the YouTube section is post 3 content videos per week. So currently, if you look in my YouTube channel, you'll see a number of videos that are pertaining to my auctions, either auction preview videos or the live auction itself that I do. I really enjoy making content videos, either what sold videos or updates to my antique booth or things I've bought at thrift stores or estate sales or what have you. But I don't have any consistently currently with creating and posting those videos. So my goal for 21 is to post 3 non-auction videos per week. And then I have a schedule, which I was very nervous to actually write down, but I did it anyway. So my schedule right now on this piece of paper says Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So non-auction videos on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So we'll see how it goes. If there's a goal that I'm worried about or nervous about, it's this one because I have a number of other things going on. I do 2 auctions a week, so that's 2 lives and 2 auction preview videos on those days. I do a live working hangout session on Wednesdays with my buddy Dan, Art Vandelay, and Joe, the Philly Picker. And then I have other things going on in my life that keep me very busy. So I think this goal will give me a good challenge for 2021. So you guys will know how I'm doing with this goal as you see these videos come out. Hopefully you watch them and enjoy them. So we'll see how it goes with that goal. And a goal I have under organization is to utilize my inventory system for items that I currently have listed. So prior to 2020, I had a terrible inventory system. It really wasn't an inventory system. I'll make a video on it sometime here in the future, but it was terrible. And frankly, it's a little embarrassing when I look back on it. But I started utilizing a new inventory system in 2020 for items moving forward. But I never went back and applied that inventory system to items that I already had listed. So I'm kind of in a weird hybrid inventory management system between an old way and the new way. So I need to go back and I need to get those old items into the current inventory management system, and I need to get that done quickly by the end of the first quarter for me, definitely. So those are 5 of my goals for 2021. I tried to make them smart, and you guys will be able to see how I stick to them and how I progress moving forward. But I would encourage you, if you're going to set goals for 2021, set aside some time in June, say 6 months from now, clear your schedule on a certain day, put it on your calendar, and review your goals. You set them in January, end of December, early January. How are you doing with them? Are you achieving them? Are you on track to achieve them? Did something change where a goal is not relevant anymore, or you had to change it, or maybe you had to increase it? Maybe one of your goals was too low and you're listing 10 items a day every day and it's pretty easy, and you want to move that to 15 items a day. You know, have a little mid-year review with yourself. Get your goal sheet out, see how it's going, and be honest with yourself. So I hope everyone has a happy new year. Be safe. And if you're making goals for 2021, give me an example of one of them in the comments. Hit the thumbs up button for me, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for some great videos. Thanks.